Namaskaram students. In our last class we saw the concept of metallurgy. In metallurgy, the next topic is extraction of aluminium or how aluminium is extracted from its ore. We know that aluminium is a soft, silvery white and corrosion resistant metal. It is the third most abundant element in the earth crust after oxygen and silicon. It makes up to 8.3% of the earth crust. Let us see the extraction of aluminium from its ore. What are the ores of aluminium? Aluminium is a highly reactive metal. It belonging to the third A group of the periodic table, that is boron family. In nature, aluminium is found in the form of its oxide ore. The important ores of aluminium are bauxite Al2O3.2H2O, corundum Al2O3 and cryolite Na3AlF6. Among the three ores, aluminium is obtained from or extracted from bauxite ore. Bauxite ore is the source of aluminium, which is a mixture of hydrated aluminium oxide. Why it is hydrated? Because it contains water molecule. Aluminium can also be recovered from cryolite also. Let us see the process which is carried out in the extraction of aluminium. There are two important processes, that is Bayes process and Hall-Héroult process. In Bayes process, bauxite ore is converted into pure alumina. In the Hall-Héroult process, pure alumina is converted into aluminium. Let us see the Bayes process first. In this process, it is a conversion of bauxite to alumina. Apart from bauxite, that is aluminium oxide, the other impurities also present. They are SiO2 and Fe2O3. First, we are going to add sodium hydroxide to the bauxite ore. In bauxite, we have Al2O3. So, Al2O3, when it reacts with NaOH, sodium hydroxide, at 150 degrees Celsius, it forms sodium aluminate in the form of solution. Sodium aluminate is soluble in water, so it is present in the form of solution. We have other impurities, that is SiO2 and Fe2O3. Fe2O3 is not reactive with NaOH, so it is in the form of precipitate. SiO2, it also reacts with NaOH, sodium hydroxide, and it forms sodium silicate in the soluble form. So, in solution, we have sodium silicate as well as sodium aluminate. When we add excess of water, the second step is when we add excess of water to the solution, the sodium aluminate to give aluminium hydroxide as a precipitate. But still sodium silicate is remain in the solution. So, due to filtration, we have to remove sodium silicate. So, second step, we got aluminium hydroxide as precipitate. The third step in Bayes process is the precipitate of aluminium hydroxide is washed repeatedly and dried, and it heated up to 1000 degrees Celsius. The aluminium hydroxide is converted into pure alumina. In this process, we will get nearly 99.5% of pure alumina. The next process is Hall-Héroult process. It is an electrolytic process. In this process, we are going to convert pure alumina to aluminium. Pure alumina. Alumina have high melting point, above 2000 degrees Celsius. So, we want to reduce the melting point of alumina. That is why we are going to add cryolite and feldspar to reduce the melting point of alumina. Cryolite is Na3AlF6. It have low melting point, and calcium fluoride CaF2. Feldspar is added to reduce the melting point of alumina. It is an electrolytic process, so we need anode and cathode. Here cathode is the iron vessel which is lined with carbon in the inner surface, is acting as the cathode. Anode is the rods of carbon are joined by copper clamp which behaves as anode. In cathode, aluminium is when we passing electric current, the molten aluminum is obtained at cathode. The dioxygen is released at anode. In anode we have carbon. So the dioxygen is combined with the carbon, it forms carbon dioxide. So the overall reaction is pure alumina is on passing electric current, pure alumina is transferred or converted into aluminium and oxygen. So the extraction of aluminium is over. Let us study the physical properties of aluminium. Aluminium is a silvery white metal. It has a melting point at 660 degrees Celsius. The density of aluminium is 2.708 gram per cubic centimeter. So it is a light metal. Aluminium is a metal. Usually metal have the properties of malleability and ductility. Ductile means it capable of being pulled into thin wires. Malleable means hammered into thin sheets. Aluminium is an excellent conductor of electricity. We know that all metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. So aluminium is an excellent conductor of electricity. Silver and copper are better conductors than aluminium. But silver and copper are much more expensive. So engineers are looking forward to use of aluminium more often in electrical equipment because of its lower costs. Next, chemical properties of aluminium. How aluminium is reactive with other compounds. Let us see the chemical properties of aluminium one by one. First, reaction with air. Aluminium is not affected by dry air, but aluminium is heated strongly in air at 800 degrees Celsius. It burns with the brilliant white light to form Al2O3. Similarly, in air we have nitrogen. So aluminium, when it combined with nitrogen, it forms aluminium nitride. Next, reaction with water. Usually aluminium reacts explosively with water, but it does not react with cold water because a strong layer of aluminium oxide coats over the metal of aluminium. That is why aluminium is not react with cold water. But with steam it gives aluminium oxide. So when it reacts with steam, aluminium forms aluminium oxide with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Next, aluminium is amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric means it reacts both with acid as well as base. When it reacts with alkalis like sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium metaaluminate with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Similarly, with acids, aluminium with dilute hydrochloric acid as well as concentrated hydrochloric acid, it liberates hydrogen gas along with aluminium chloride is formed. Similarly, when it reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, it liberates the hydrogen gas, and when it reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, it liberates sulfur dioxide. Instead of hydrogen gas, here sulfur dioxide gas is liberated or comes out. But aluminium is not affected by concentrated nitric acid. This is very, very important 2-mark question. Why aluminium is not attacked by concentrated nitric acid? Aluminium metal is not attacked by nitric acid at any concentration because of the thin and unreactive protective layer of Al2O3 formed on the metallic surface. That is why it is not attacked by concentrated HNO3. Next important question is aluminium as reducing agent. Explain. Aluminium is a powerful reducing agent. Reducing agent means it gives away electron. It readily reduces the oxides of most of the metals like iron, chromium, manganese, etc. When these metal oxides mixed with powdered aluminium and heated, let us see one example. Here iron oxide is heated with aluminium powder. It is a type of displacement reaction because in iron oxide, iron is displaced by aluminium. and it is highly exothermic reaction also, because large amount of energy is released in that process. Nearly 3500 degrees Celsius energy or temperature heat energy is comes out. That is why this reaction is used for welding broken rails and parts of ship, etc. This process is otherwise known as thermite process. Next, let us see the uses of aluminium. Aluminium is very cheap and it is light metal. As a result, aluminium is used for in daily household utensil, trays, frames, bodies of automobile and bodies of aeroplanes. And aluminium also, we are using aluminium on rooftop also. So why we are using aluminium? Because aluminium is very reactive towards water vapor and oxygen which is present in atmosphere. It forms a compound called aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Aluminium oxide, unlike aluminium oxide is very stable. As a result, when we use aluminium, this aluminium oxide forms a layer over these substances. Next uses of aluminium is commonly used for packaging, as it can withstand the carbonation pressure inside the can. In addition, it can be easily formed and shaped, and it will not rust. The next use is aluminium powder is used in silver paints for covering iron and other surfaces, because iron and other materials are getting corroded easily. Next, it is used for making electrical transmission cable. Next uses, it is used for making useful alloys like magnesium, duralumin, etc. These alloys are used in aircraft. So up to this, extraction of aluminium, physical, chemical property and uses of aluminium is over. Thank you, girls.